Hey peeps, welcome to Gather Gaming TV. So, today we are looking at AccuRC 2.0. This is an RC flight simulator aimed at both novices and pros. I'm still a relative novice at the RC world as I just don't have the time, but RC simulators help me keep my hand in and I've been practicing, and it's a lot cheaper than smashing helicopters into the floor and having to buy new blades and bodies. This has been made by a dedicated team who love the RC world and have a lot of experience in the field. The representative that I talked to, he had 30 years experience with RC helicopters. So these guys know what they're talking about and have been super helpful. Customer service has been second to none at a minute, and the guys have been really patient with me trying to get this video out because A, life, and B, I don't want to cock it up for them, so I'm trying to get it as good as I can. So, AccuRC is primarily an RC helicopter sim at the moment. This is where all the effort has been put into and where all the physics and models are at the best. They also simulate some planes, model cars, as well as a few drones, but the planes are getting some love in the next major patch, 3.0. So we'll take a look at them when they've had their physics done and they've had a wee bit of an overhaul themselves. So, on initial startup, we'll take you through a setup wizard. It's highly recommended that you use a transmitter for this. But as you have an RC simulator, I'd hope you'll have one of these ready anyways. It will support most transmitters in one way or another. I'm using a Spectrum DX5E transmitter, which I've connected to my PC via a USB flight simulator cable I got from eBay. This allows me to connect my transmitter to the PC as a game controller. I'm coming from Phoenix RC, so when I got the Spectrum transmitter, it actually came with the game and with a dedicated cable for it as well as also a bundle package. But unfortunately that cable only worked for Phoenix RC, hence the flight cable from eBay. Setup can be a little complicated at first glance, but luckily AccuRC has videos helping you with the setup on the website and on the YouTube channel. Also, once it's been picked up, your transmitter will show the movements in real time, so you can make sure everything's working before getting into the simulator. You know, make sure everything's zeroed in, make sure your sticks are all correct. One thing I will say you may need to adjust over the controls for the helicopters. When I started, the collective and the throttle was separate, which I wasn't used to, so I had to go in and configure this manually. Again, there are videos on this, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but let's just say that made me crash quite a few choppers. So let's talk about the models themselves. First off, I will say there aren't many of them, and I'm hoping that they're going to add more in the future. I came from Phoenix RC Sim, as I've said, and they had a lot, but I will say a lot of them were also play-made and were extremely well done. I was a little disappointed in the lack of scale models. There are more speed and stunt style helicopters in this at the minute, but I did ask the guys about this, as I would love to see more variety in the future. Same goes for the planes as well. The website has a full list of models in the game at the minute, so go check it out if you want. As I said, I did ask them about this, and I've been told that they're working on models, so I'll keep my fingers crossed for some more scale models and stuff. Primarily though, they have models that the manufacturers supply CAD designs for, which is pretty impressive and shows how accurate these models are going to be. And they said to me that these designs tend to be the pod and boom style, so you know that's what you're going to primarily see in a minute, but as they're giving them CAD designs, that's pretty cool. They also told me they've got a lot of fixed wing aircraft in the wings as well, no pun intended on that one, but are waiting for the 3.0 physics update before adding these, so as soon as that update comes out, there's going to be a lot more airplanes in it, which will be interesting to see. As I say, I'll go over that whenever they get that out, which I don't think it'll be far off. They also said if you have skill in creating accurate models for flight sims, using Blender, then they're more than willing to take a look at your work and add them if they're up to the high standard that they hold themselves for. So guys, if any of you out there are watching this and you are the Duck's Nuts, the Big Daddy, or even come from Phoenix RC. If you're really good at making these models, guys, and they're in Blender, get in touch with AccuRC. If the models are high quality, which I did see a lot of very high quality ones in Phoenix, get in touch with the guys, send them over, and fingers crossed, they'll be to the standard that they want, and they will actually add them, which will be really cool, and it'll give them a lot more range in models as well. But in saying that, I will say that the level of models of the helicopters that they do have is pretty great. Every component is modelled in great detail and works as it should. I was impressed with the work table. You can go in and change out parts like the servos, batteries, blades. To be honest, it's a little advanced for me, so I'm not 100% sure on what I'm changing. But, you know, changing faster servo response times and different exhausts for these models is interesting and in depth for the sim, but a little bit over my head. Some have different bodies as well. Some even have bodies you can put your own designs on, which I might get into and have a play with myself yet. So, let's get on to the sim itself. The scenery is great, really helps with the immersion, and as with most sims, you can adjust the weather, etc., which will affect the model's flight characteristics. Wind is very well modelled, with wind gradients at varying heights, which is pretty cool, gusting winds, etc. So that's pretty impressive. So, you know, you can pretty much set yourself up for any situation there and practice how you will. If where you are is windy, and most of the time you can set it up for that. The surfaces of the terrain that you've seen is also replicated and reproduced with the friction that you would expect from the grass and the concrete, etc. So if you're sliding your tracks across the ground or the wheels of aircraft or something like that. It's also the interaction you would get from the aircraft clipping the grass with your rotor blades, and you will see puffs of dust instead of the blades breaking off like the grass is solid, which is quite a nice wee touch. They also support free roam scenery for FPV flying, for those of you that like to use the FPV headsets. So that's actually really handy. I suppose it's coming into more sort of things now, as more people are getting into the FPV flying. They've training scenarios as well that you can follow to help you improve your skills and learn new ones. They also have online models, so you can fly with your friends and practice flying with others. Though this feature I haven't tried, as I'm a loner and I don't have any friends. The aircraft feel great, and I'm getting used to the different models, though I am having to tweak my settings on the transmitter quite a lot for the different aircraft, which I'm guessing makes it more realistic, as not all helicopters will be set up and trimmed the same. So some will drift a little to one side, and I'll have to adjust the centre of the stick or something, or it'll have a bit of spin on it, so I'll adjust the centering on that as well. You know, just trim it out. So that's pretty good. The aircraft though are very responsive and are really nice to fly and look great in the skies. So sometimes it'll take me a wee while to trim these aircraft up again, hence I'm a bit slow getting the video out. So I would definitely recommend this to any RC enthusiasts who want to fly all year round and keep themselves up to scratch when the weather is bad, or if you just want to learn new techniques or tricks. A sim is a lot cheaper than constantly repairing models and replacing the parts, which is true. I've done that quite a bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below, guys. I'll try my best to answer what I can. And check out my description where we'll have links to AccuRC website, and if you wish to get in contact from them, pick their brains as well. I'm sure they'll be more than welcome. They're a very nice set of guys, and they will be happy to help you. No bother. This is available on Steam for $39.99 at doing this voicing, and there's also a demo available as well, so if you want to download the demo, give it a whirl, see if your stuff works on it, and if you like it, and then whack in there and buy it on Steam. So yeah, highly recommended, guys. As I say, Phoenix RC is no longer available. They've stopped developing for it, and this is definitely a worthy successor. It's very accurate aircraft. They are a great set of guys to work with. They supplied me with the key for this to do the review, and it's much obliged. Thank you so much for this. And yeah, I need to practice a hell of a lot more. That is what I found out. A lot more. But yeah, highly recommended, guys. If you are coming from Phoenix or you're just getting into the remote controlled aircraft world, this is definitely the one to go for, and it will help you out no end, especially if you're from the UK, as the weather is naff most of the time. A simulator is definitely going to help. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching this. I hope it helped you a lot. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the wee bell to inform you of when other videos come out. Hit the thumbs up button if you have found this helpful and it tells YouTube this is a good vid, and to recommend it to more. I also have some merch if you hit the link down below, which is getting there slowly. There's more and more stuff coming out from Stream Elements, so if you hit that down below, that will help me greatly. And go over to my other social media stuff, my Twitters, my Twitches, and my Facebooks. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later.